When athletes shut down woke reporters, pro athletes don't just dominate on the field.
Backbone? And has he shut down your fucking country and seized bank accounts? You ask me some stupid shit like that? Go yourself. Move the on, man.
Really answer the question.
They dominate woke reporters trying to corner them with loaded questions. Ready to see these mic drop moments?
In America, we have a few hundred genders. How many genders do you guys have in Russia?
We're diving into those juicy moments when these sports stars just aren't having it and gave these woke reporters a fierce piece of them.
Control what people say, gonna tell people what to believe, gonna tell people, I don't tell any other human being what to say, what to think, and there's no leashes on any of them.
Watching these athletes shut down woke questions is like witnessing a verbal boxing match, and it's pure entertainment. Kicking things off, let's look at how Ronda Rousey completely dismantled woke questions with her trademark bluntness. Known for her blunt, no-nonsense style, she didn't hold back as they fired off some weighty questions. First, she was asked about pay equity, with a nod to the Australian women's soccer team fighting for fair pay. Ronda's response was super direct and unapologetic. She's the highest paid, she says, because she brings in the highest revenue. No fluff, no filter, just the facts.
We've got quite a large pay dispute happening with our Australian women's soccer team at the moment. Is it frustrating for you as someone who's so prominent in your sport? And we heard you say on the Ellen show the other day you are the richest fighter in UFC, that sort of thing is still going on?
I think that how much you get paid should have something to do with how much money you bring in. I'm the highest paid fighter, not because Dana and Lorenzo wanted to do something nice for the ladies.
And she wasn't done yet. In another interview, she was asked if Hollywood over-sexualizes female superheroes. Ronda flips it right back, pointing out that male superheroes are also heavily idealized. Why should it be any different? See for yourself.
Superheroes, and a lot of Hollywood is coming out that the representation is very over-sexualized. What do you think about the portrayal in media?
Of superheroes? Superhero women? I mean, the guys have like 16 packs. I mean, it's very much like an over-idealized idea of what, a human being should be, and so,
Well, it's classic Ronda. Strong, sharp, and completely on brand, leaving the reporters rethinking their own questions and maybe even their careers. Enjoying this showdown so far? Don't miss out on more unfiltered moments. Hit that subscribe button and join us for weekly takedowns of woke culture. In another lesson-learning moment, Dana White, the UFC's famously outspoken CEO, had a front-row seat to Sean's fiery interview. And it didn't take long for a reporter to put him on the spot. They asked if he had any concerns about fighters, voicing such strong, unfiltered opinions. And Dana's response was, as usual, a classic no-nonsense one.
Dana, I just want to go back. You were talking about, you obviously give a long leash to your fighters about, what they can say when they are up there with a UFC microphone, and you are getting into territory of homophobia, transphobia. Is there...
I don't give anybody a leash.
Well, I'm saying you...
A leash?
I'm
free speech. Gonna control what people say. Gonna tell people what to believe. Gonna tell people... I don't fucking tell any other human being what to say, what to think, and there's no leashes on any of them. What is your question?
I was asking that question. I'll move on, though.
Yeah, probably a good idea. That's ridiculous to say I give somebody a leash. Free speech, brother. People can say whatever they want and they can believe whatever they want.
Dana laid it out plainly. UFC fighters have the freedom to say whatever they want, and he's not in the business of censoring anyone. It was the ultimate Dana moment, a total mic drop, leaving no doubt about where he stands on letting fighters speak their minds. Now, let's dive into the NFL, where Todd Bowles calmly shut down woke narratives in an unforgettable interview. A reporter brought up that Bowles is one of the few black head coaches in the league, and asked if he feels a special connection to others in the same position because of their shared race. But Todd's reaction was calm, but clearly unimpressed. He responded that he doesn't see it through a racial lens. He's here to coach football, plain and simple.
You and Mike Tomlin are two of the few black head coaches in the league. I wonder what your relationship is like with them and your thoughts on Steve Wilks joining that fold.
I have a very good relationship with Tomlin. We don't look at what color we are when we coach against each other. We just know each other. I have a lot of very good white friends that coach in this league as well, and I don't think it's a big deal as far as us coaching against each other. I think it's normal. Wilkes got an opportunity to do a good job. Hopefully he does it. And we coach ball. We don't look at color.
But the questions didn't stop there. Another reporter pressed on, asking about the impact of representation and diversity. Bowles didn't miss a beat. He kept it real, saying that it only becomes a big deal when the media insists on making it one. A polite yet firm shutdown of the entire line of questioning. Now, shifting over to the world of tennis, the ever-classy Rafael Nadal was right into the middle of a gender pay gap debate. With the kind of calm confidence he's famous for, Nadal faced the tough question head-on. When asked about the pay disparities in sports, he didn't shy away from giving a fresh perspective, one that quickly took everyone by surprise. Nadal pointed out that there are differences in pay, but it's not always in the direction people assume. He highlighted that in the modeling industry, for instance, female models often make significantly more than their male counterparts, yet this disparity rarely raises an eyebrow. With this unexpected comparison, Nadal brought a twist to the conversation, suggesting that pay differences across industries aren't always so clear-cut.
Quería preguntarte que, a pesar de que aquí no pase y que en los 4 Grand Slam haya equiparación salarial entre mujeres y hombres, en muchos otros torneos esto no ocurre. ¿Qué opinión te merece que las mujeres cobren menos que los hombres en el tenis y que en qué crees que se basa esa desigualdad? Gracias.
Pues no lo sé. No sé en qué se basa en el fútbol, o en el golf, o en el modelaje. No sé. ¿Por qué las mujeres ganan más que los hombres en el tema de la moda? Pues no lo sé. Pero ahí sí que tampoco hablamos todo el día de diferencia salarial. Entiendo tu pregunta, pero es que llegamos a un momento dado que estamos haciendo todo el rato preguntas capciosas, preguntas que estamos buscando todo el rato la...
His response wasn't just insightful, it was clever. Nadal managed to steer the topic to a place few had anticipated. Another unforgettable one was the moment Kyrie Irving firmly defended his right to share whatever he wants. In a viral exchange, Kyrie Irving didn't hold back when a reporter pushed woke accusations about his posts. His sharp, no-nonsense response left the room stunned, and us applauding.
And it's a title given to Christ, Philippians 2:11. And my name translates in the Hebrew language as Yahweh. So I went on to Amazon Prime. I was like, you know what, let me see if there are any documentaries on Yahweh. So went in the search bar, typed in Yahweh, that came up. Went out and shared it on my platform. That was my night. In terms of the backlash or what people call it, we're in 2022. History is not supposed to be hidden from anybody. And I'm not a divisive person when it comes to religion. I embrace all walks of life. You see it on all my platforms. I talk to all races, all cultures, all religions. And my response would be, it's not about educating yourself on what Semitism is and what anti-Semitism is. It's really about learning the root words of where these come from and understanding that this is an African heritage.
The reporter kept pushing, refusing to let it go, and you could feel Kyrie's frustration building. His responses got shorter and sharper, and there was a tension in the room that you almost touch. Finally, Kyrie ended it in a way that left no doubt that he was over this line of questioning. Here's another one for the books. And trust me, this one is pretty hilarious. During an interview, businessman and host Patrick Bet-David asks MMA legend Khabib Nurmagomedov about the numerous genders recognized in the US. Now, Khabib, who grew up in a more traditional environment, handled it with a response that instantly had everyone laughing. With a straight face and a bit of genuine confusion, he simply says he only knows 2 genders, then shares a funny story about his first encounter with an all-gender restroom in California.
A very technical question for you. I know you're a math guy, and this one may be a tough question for you. If you're uncomfortable answering this one, I'm totally okay with that. In America, we have a few hundred genders. How many genders do you guys have in Russia? Just very... I know you're a math guy, that's why I'm asking. I think maybe there's a...
Like... Here is like, I see only women and men. There is no between.
Got it.
No between. Maybe kids.
You know,
this is like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's like, first time in my life, couple weeks ago, and I was in California, I was like, on coffee shop, it's like, I really want to go bathroom. It's like, can I go bathroom? Okay, they told me code, and I'm coming like, 2 bedroom, all gender. It's like, what is this? Where I have to go? First time I see it, like, I stopped, like, I stayed like 5 seconds there, like, where's woman, where's man? I locked the door. Anybody inside? It's like, okay. It's like, I don't know, but I grew up in in very traditional place, with very traditional family. I'm very happy with this. Like, I am from...
His innocent take on it, coming from a place of genuine curiosity rather than judgment, made that moment even funnier. And finally, we have Sean Strickland, who sat down for an interview, expecting the usual questions about his recent fights or strategies in the octagon. But right from the start, this Canadian reporter threw a curveball, diving straight into questions about the LGBTQ+ community and bringing up Sean's past remarks on the topic. You can almost see the eye roll. Sean, never one to hold back, fired right back at the reporter, calling the line of questioning weak and saying it's people like him who create problems by focusing on divisive topics. In spite of it all, the reporter doesn't back down and shifts the conversation toward a new social media campaign by a popular beer brand featuring a transgender influencer, pressing for Sean's thoughts. Sean, as expected, doesn't miss a beat. He doubles down on his stance, bluntly stating his views on what he calls pushing agendas, and making it clear he's not here for anything but the sport. Sean's firm response made a statement, and it's likely a message that'll make reporters think twice before straying too far off the fight game with him.
But I did want to ask also things you said about the trans community. You said this past October when they announced the Bud Light sponsorship that you'd go so hard on Bud Light in your next fight, they'll have to accept me or denounce me when they know what and will know what they stand for. Are you
this guy's like, hey, this Canadian's not that Canadian.
Are you still going to use your fight time to kind of speak on that?
Here's the thing about Bud Light. 10 years ago, to be trans was a mental fucking illness. And now all of a sudden, people like you have weaseled your way into the world. You are an infection. You are the definition of weakness. Everything that is wrong with the world is because of you. And the best thing is the world's not buying it. The world's not buying your peddling. The world is not saying, you know what, you're right. And chicks have dicks. The world's not saying that. The world's saying, no, there are two genders. I don't want my kids being taught about, who they could in school. I don't want my kids being taught about, their sexual preference. Like, dude, this guy is the fucking enemy. You want to look at the fucking enemy to our world? It's that motherfucker right there, asking these stupid questions. Sorry, I told the UFC I was being nicer. Lance, am I still good with this? Did I cross any lines? A little. What the fuck? I didn't say the F word. You just brought this fucking guy in here to piss me off.
You just did, but just to follow up, I mean, Rick.
Did I say it?
You just did.
No, I didn't say it.
Right there, you did.
Different F word. Yeah. I'm trying to be good, man. I'm trying to be good. I like the gays. Here's the thing. I've never. You guys think I've ever shit on a gay man or shit on a gay one? I don't. I like the gays. It's freedom. We still have it in America. We'll teach you about it. You guys don't have freedom of speech. I'm surprised what I'm saying is probably gonna get the fucking Canadian government to arrest me. So I don't give a fuck who you fuck. I don't give a fuck what you want to do in life. But don't tell kids about it. Don't teach that shit in fucking school. Don't push your agenda. Don't try to fucking brainwash people. Don't try to go past parents. Don't try to go up past all this shit and brainwash people.
With each of these moments, you get the sense that these athletes are so done with the questions that don't relate to their work. They're paid to play, coach, and compete. But every now and then, they also remind us they're more than capable of handling a mic battle. And in a world that loves a bit of drama, it's no wonder these clips go viral every time. So here's to more athletes keeping things real and not letting the media get in their heads. Because if anyone knows how to handle pressure, it's these guys. If you loved watching athletes take on woke culture, don't just subscribe. Join us every week for more jaw-dropping moments and unfiltered takedowns. Let us know in the comments who had the best comeback.